Welcome to Real Estate Radio LA. I am your hostess with the most, is Gil.Azcarate from eXp Realty, the host of Real Estate Radio LA, a show dedicated to real estate right here in Los Angeles, in La La Land. I'm a 25-year veteran of real estate. I've done it all, fixed and flipped and been an agent and owned companies. And here I am on the radio dedicating my life to saving the American dream one show at a time. And I have talents on loan from God. But all talent is on loan from God. RealestateRadioLA.com is how you can get a hold of me. I'm going to repeat my number many, many times. I think it's going to be a very interesting topic. But before that, my DRE number is 0129-8646. This show is for information and entertainment purposes only and not intended to give you legal or business advice. So consult your local professional regarding your particular situation. I have a very dear friend that I went to high school with back in 1982, El Camino High School Conquistadors. And now she lives in Nashville, and she's a very successful real estate agent. Jamie Parsons, welcome to Real Estate Radio LA.
Thank you, Gil. Great to see you.
I am so happy to have you here. You know, we haven't seen each other in a long time, and then I find out you're stalking one of my best friends, and now you guys got married about a year ago.
I did. I took him away from y'all.
Mark Clayman and I have known each other since I was 13. He was 11, and one of my dearest friends, and he moved to Nashville, and you did too. And it's been an interesting story and an interesting journey because he is an LA guy. You're a Valley girl. I am an LA Valley guy. And to see you guys move to Nashville, I want to know why. But before, so about 30 or 40 years later, you're stuck in Mark Clayman, one of my dearest friends. And then now you guys are married. It's been a year,
yes,
right? Did you guys? Didn't you just have your anniversary?
We did. We just passed year one.
Congratulations, honey. Congratulations. He won the lottery, by the way, and you did pretty good yourself.
Oh yeah, I did good.
So tell me a little bit about, again, you were an LA Valley girl, and then you go to Malibu. Tell me a little bit about your transitioning from the Valley and all of a sudden growing up and going through some stuff, and then how do you end up in Nashville? But tell me about the person behind the message first.
Well, I grew up just outside the Valley. Have always loved horses and the country, and when my best friend decided to house hunt in Nashville, she asked if I wanted to go with her. And I've been in real estate for, 28 years now. And so I jumped at the chance to go to Nashville, and it was literally love at first sight. And I was married at the time and living in Malibu. And when my life changed, I ended up buying in Nashville, doing a back and forth until my youngest child went to college, and then made the switch full-time to Nashville.
So there again, so this was, you said it was about 2010. You go down to Nashville and you go, wow, this is really just something was calling you. We both agree the Valley's changed, LA's changed. You were in Malibu. It's not like you were in the hood and not doing well. You were doing really, really well. And all of a sudden, what called you? What did you love about, if a list of 5 things that says Nashville is for me?
5 is tricky. I would say number 1, the people. It's a community. It's not just you go to church and you have your family, friends. The whole neighborhood is a community. The whole town feels like a community. And family values are very strong. It's that sort of, connection that I really, really resonated to. Number 2, there's financial reasons. No state income tax. Property taxes are very low. The cost of living is much lower. So that's a big draw there. Number 3, I would say, music. I'm a big music person. So the music, the culture, oh my gosh, the food out here is insane. There's amazing restaurants. What am I on? 4. The investment factor of it, thinking as a real estate person, I'm always looking to invest in a good place. and it's growing exponentially. And so you just, planting your money somewhere that's growing, you can't go wrong. And I love the seasons and the beauty and the nature and all that.
Wow. There you go. That's a great list. And you and I were talking about that. And I said, try to pick 5. And you're like, 5? I need 50. But but if you think about it, right, there's this community there that was calling you. That's a feeling, right? Mm-hmm. Pride of being an American, which is we're losing that in this country, or we're losing it where I live in Los Angeles, which makes me sad. Security, investment. And we're going through a tough time. The economy is tough. Gas prices here are $5. You guys are what, 3?
If that, yeah.
Right.
About 3. When it went over 3 a little bit ago, people were freaking out.
People were freaking out and rioting in the streets quietly, peacefully.
We don't really have riots over here, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There's another reason. Add that to number 6. No riots. So when you think about that, right, that says, this was 13 years ago, before Nashville really started to come into its own and California started to decline. So you were a little ahead of the curve because you just saw what you saw, you felt what you felt, and that's beautiful. Mm-hmm. The weather, when people always say, why are you in LA? Now, for me, and I've talked about this many times, my kids are here. My business is here.
Right.
My mom's 84. She's here. My brother's here. I'm here. Okay?
Right.
Would I like to go somewhere else? Yeah, but I'm not going to entertain that because I am here. Those are very important to me, and I'm not going to not see, my 84-year-old mom, and my business is established. But a lot of times people say, it's the weather. It's the weather in California. And let's talk a little bit about that because is everybody, a lot of people are leaving California. California, for the first time in its history, is losing more people than gaining. And I talk about where are they going, and one of them, the top 5, is Nashville. So tell me about the weather for some people that just says, God, I haven't considered Nashville, but you get the 4 seasons, and that's one of the things that called you.
The seasons are stunning, and they're short seasons. It's true 4 seasons, and you have a few days of snow in the winter. Maybe, you take a pretty picture and you have this beautiful, silent, the beauty of snow, but there's no mud season because it's gone before that. Then fall with the trees changing colors are just stunning. Summer is green as green can be. We'll have little summer storms that are beautiful, waters your grass for you. And then, what am I missing?
You were saying you got 5 acres, right? And
I have 5 acres.
And you guys have other properties on the lake. And in those 5 acres, you don't even have sprinklers. So you don't have to water because they're naturally watered. How beautiful is that? And that's part of what you're talking about. So when we're talking about now switching over to, it just makes sense because everything here in LA is so expensive. You're talking about utilities and gas and natural gas and property taxes and sales taxes and all that stuff. That adds up, and it just takes a toll. So financially, when you go there, and you've mentioned that, no sales tax. Do you have property tax, or do you know what that is?
We do have property taxes, but to give you an idea, yours are what, 1.25% of the sales price. So that can be significant. You can have a $1 million house here, and your property taxes may be $2,200 a year, and that wouldn't be considered cheap. I mean, there's properties that alone, 10 acres.
That's amazing, Jamie. That's amazing because $1 million property here, I tell people all the time, $1 million property, $1,000 a month. $700,000 property, $700 a month. That's the way to figure it out really quick. Then insurance and all that other stuff. So you're talking about a very low property tax, no income tax,
very, very low.
No sales tax, everything. Financially, if somebody's just struggling here, it's going there. And a lot of people say, well, I need to be here because of work. And then we're finding out there's a lot of big companies going to Nashville.
Yes, there are. I mean, everything from Nissan, Mitsubishi to Oracle is building a $2 billion complex across the river from downtown Nashville. Healthcare is huge out here. Amazon, Facebook just opened up in Gallatin. Tractor Supply, my favorite. There's a tremendous exodus from other states, entrance to Nashville by big companies. Amazon, did I mention Amazon?
Yeah, you did. And Amazon is, Amazon is going where the people are, and people are spending money. Then you've got so you've got the weather. Okay, you've got it. Just makes sense financially. You can sell your $1 million house here, which is really a starter, and buy a really nice $1 million house there and save on all that stuff. But if people want to just pay cash, a lot of times you take your cash, you pay cash, and you don't have to worry about a mortgage. But a lot of times is you can go to other cities that are cheap, but there's no work, right?
Right.
You're so far out of town, there's no entertainment. Nashville is spectacular when it comes to live music. I can't even, you can't say LA is the music capital of the world. You can't find live music. But the music in Nashville and the entertainment and the culture and the Grand Ole Opry is just so cool. And that feeds that part of you that's saying, hey, I just don't want to go to a small town and feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere. Nashville is growing up.
Yeah, you can go any night of the week, probably to 8 to 10 different places and have live music. Whether it's singer-songwriter or a band or anything else, it's everywhere. And again, the restaurants are insane right now. And the small towns, you go down to Franklin, you go down to Leaper's Fork. There's all these little towns outside of Nashville that are just as quaint as can be, and affordable.
And you so you get that small town feel if you want it. But if people come in and you want to get a little, let your hair down and get crazy, that Kid Rock. I went there, and Johnny Cash has a museum there. I absolutely loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. We're going to take a quick break. Then I want to get back to you and talk to you about some other stuff, but we're gonna sell myself. This is Gil.Azcarate, realestateradiola.com. That's realestateradiola.com. Or you can call me at 818-632-8006. That's 632-8006. Jamie, tell me your phone number right now so they can call you directly, and then we'll say it again after the break.
Sure. It's 310-508-4008.
That's 310-508-4008. We're going to be back right after this. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio LA. I'm your host, Gil.Azcarate, with my special guest, Jamie Parsons, from high school, class of 82, the El Camino Conquistadors. Jamie, they made us change our name. You know that, right? The mascot?
I know. It's
the
Elko.
Royals.
It's very sad.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's
get
why
me started.
I heard that's the reason you actually left LA, because you just had enough of that. But
enough of Elko and the Royals. Yeah, we're a conquistador.
Yeah. What the heck? I'm Spanish. That's my people. Racists. So
yeah, exactly. They're offending the wrong people.
So we talked a little bit about weather. I had some stats, and that's what I love about this show. It gets me to just learn things. Your low is between 30 and 40 degrees, which is, we get that here in LA too, right? Your average summer temperature, 85 degrees. You got 120 days of rain. That's 4 months. Mm-hmm. But like you were saying, it rains for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and done.
Oh my gosh, I call it psychotic weather, because it'll be completely sunny, beautiful blue sky, and all of a sudden the trees will start blowing a little bit, then the storm comes in, it rains like cats and dogs, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
like Florida.
Like Florida. Yeah, I used to have an ex-girlfriend like that. Anyways, but that's another subject, but it's the 21st most populous city in the United States, which I did not know. So listen, what don't we know? I mean, tell me what's no bueno, because I got a couple in my back pocket just ready for you. But what's something that people don't expect that isn't as bad, but you have to live with?
Well, we have had for the last several years approximately 100 people a day moving to Nashville. So from 2010, 12, when I first started coming here, to now, we now have rush hour traffic, which we never had. You can, between 4:30 and 5:30, now you might slow down on the freeway.
No.
So that's been a little jarring. That would be my no bueno. I know.
Yeah, that's a rush hour traffic lasts.
Yes.
Not an hour. Here, rush hour traffic lasts 4 hours. But it is what it is.
And it's on the weekends.
And on the weekends, which really, really drives me nuts. What? It's Sunday on the 405.
I know.
You know what I actually heard? I checked. I did my homework. That it is one of the. First of all, it's the bachelorette capital of the world, but that's a good thing. That's not no bueno. That's actually overtook Vegas. But let's actually break that down. Bachelorette capital of the world. Instead of going to Vegas, you go to Nashville. You don't get the craziness, but you still get the music and you still get the atmosphere and it's safety, right? Yeah. You're white. You guys are getting married and you're going to have a bachelorette party. And Vegas is one thing, and then all of a sudden now it's Nashville. But it actually turned into the bachelorette capital of the world, which I thought was really interesting. The other thing is you are one of the highest allergies. Did you know this? One of the highest allergy. Really? Yes, I looked that up, and they said it's just allergy. But that comes into the blooming and the rain and in the four seasons.
Right. Honestly, I get seasonal allergies, and I don't notice any difference whatsoever from LA to here.
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same.
And when I was trying to actually look for things, come on, it can't be that perfect. There's got to be something. There's got to be something else. I got that, and the humidity. Humidity kills me. I'm just not used to it.
Right.
But it's, throw out a number. How many days a year is the humidity just unbearable?
I mean, to me, it's not unbearable. It's my husband. It's unbearable. It, end of August, beginning of September, maybe, when it's hot and humid. But I don't find it unbearable.
It's Mark is just a prima donna. That's the problem.
Well, I'm an outdoor person, and so I will work and play in whatever weather is there. He likes to stay in the air conditioning when it's too hot and humid.
That's my buddy Mark. Some things just don't change. So the idea of this show is the people that are thinking about going somewhere else is selling with me, and I hand it off to you, and we work together. And I want to tell people, I've got people like Jamie all over the country. This is where people are going. She is a personal friend of mine that's going to take care of you. So again, tell us your number one more time.
It's 310-508-4008.
And that's perfect. So, I just wanted to just have somebody on there and just promote Nashville and tell me all the good things about it. But you and I were talking about this. The pride of being an American. Your Christian values is as strong as mine are. You can have an American flag on your car or on front of your house. That's normal. Here,
many do. Yes, it's very common.
I've got a Blue Lives Matter sticker on my car, and I'm going to say maybe 2 inches by 3 inches, whatever. I get people giving me the finger. Blue Lives Matter, right? Please, right?
That's crazy.
That doesn't happen there, right? Because that's what really brought you. It's the people, it's the quality of life, and at the end of the day, this is a real estate show. It's a good investment, Jamie. So thank you so much, honey, for taking the time to do this. I know it's not something you do every day, but you've been wonderful, and it's just been nice catching up to you.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Great show, by the way.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you. We're going to talk real soon. And I love you, and God bless you, and give Mark a big kiss.
Love you too. God bless you.
All right, honey. So there you go. And I'm going to tell you a little story about my buddy Mark Clayman. Mark Clayman and I have known each other since he was 11, I was 13. Mark Clayman is the executive producer for The Pursuit of Happiness, one of the most popular famous movies ever. Anytime you tell somebody it's Pursuit of Happiness, say, oh my God, it's my favorite movie, right?
Yeah.
The story behind Mark, and I'm going to tell it real quick. Friday night, he was married before. Friday night, watched 2020, sees a show on Christopher Gardner, the guy from Pursuit of Happiness. Mark stands up out of bed. I tell the story better than Mark does. He stands up out of bed and tells his ex-wife, he says, I'm going to get the rights to the story of Christopher Gardner. And Will Smith is going to be the lead. And Will Smith is going to win a Best Actor Academy Award. He was right at a 2 out of 3. Wow. That was on a Friday night. On Monday, he gets on the phone and starts calling Christopher Gardner's office. And they said, get in line, buddy. Get in line. You and 100 other people call me today. And Mark gets it. He's never done it before. And he gets the rights because the receptionist was a Christian. And Mark started talking to her about it. And he won her over. And she said, you know what, Mark? I'm going to patch you through. And months later, doesn't get it right, months later, he gets the rights for that movie. So this is an LA guy. Why did I tell you that story? Great friend of mine. Jamie is Bell Canyon, San Fernando Valley, Malibu. LA people are moving out. We've had enough. It's too much already. And that's why I wanted to bring that out to you. But I sell real estate, people. So please reach out to me. That's what I do. I want to have a plan. It's not just about selling and then where do you go. I always say I don't want you to have 2 houses and I'm not going to leave you homeless. That takes work, right? It doesn't happen automatically. It takes a team. And I enjoy putting all those pieces together. But there you go. JJ, where are you moving?
Nashville is starting to sound good.
It's packing, right? And
yeah.
and in your industry, it is. But because we're looking at all that stuff. So Real Estate Radio LA is about real estate right here in LA. Please reach out to me. Go to my website. Find out the houses that I've got on the market. I got a $700,000 townhouse on White Oak in Encino. I have a view property of the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, which I thought was going to be over $2 million. It's going to be 1.8, and that includes a nice size buildable lot right next to it. So this is 2 lots, 1 property. We also got some stuff going on, also view property in Woodland Hill. So we've got a lot of stuff going on. Everybody's getting ready for next year. Prepare. If interest rates are going to be high, you're going to have to figure out how to convince a buyer to buy your home. Interest rates are high, but also there's not a lot of homes on the market, but that is going to start creeping up. So let's get ahead of the curve. Let's plan right now for January, February, March, and then we'll put a plan together. And I am here for you guys. But God bless America. Hey, JJ, can we still say God bless America?
We still can.
We can. Well, God bless America, everybody. God bless our troops. God bless your real estate. And I hope it's as blessed as mine has been, and it's full of peace and love and a lot of equity.